Hello everyone, welcome to Dikshant classes. Today I am going to discuss about the importance of business environment under unit number 1 business environment of UGC net commerce. The first importance is determining opportunity and threats. By understanding the business environment and what are the factors affected it and what are the policies impact the business environment, the business is determine the opportunities threats to the business for its existence. Next is providing a growth directions. The interaction with the environment, it enables the business to find the areas where the business will grow and in which area they will expand their activities. Next is continuous learning. The managers in organizations are continuously learn and update their knowledge, their skills, creativity to meet the predicted changes in the realm of business. Next is facing competitions. The business environment is help the organizations to analyze and the competitor strategies, their level of innovativeness and formulate their own strategies on the basis of competitor strategies. Next is image building. Environmental understanding should help the business to organization to improve their image by showing their sensitivity to the environment and in which they operated. For example, in the view of growing in environmental pollution, the organization has set up the pollution devices, control devices in the organizations or factories to concern for the environment in which they operated. Next is copied with rapid changes. Business environment is help to the businesses for what are the changes take place very fast in a business environment, and it help to cope up with the rapid changes like online business in the COVID-19. Next is tapping useful resources. With the interaction with the environment, it is helpful for the businesses to tap the useful resources for the expansion and growth of a business. Next is help in planning and policy formulations. Business environment, by the interacting with the environment, it will helpful for the business to frame policies and planning of a business for the expansion, diversification and the growth of a business. Next is helpful in improving for performance. With the interaction of business with the environment, what are the policies will be made and what the strategies adopted by the competitors, and it is helpful for the businesses to frame their own policies and improving their performance on the basis of the planning and their improvement in which they are lacking. Next is the framework to understand the environmental influences. First is take a initial views. The business must take a initial views to the nature of the organizational the environment to determine how a business will be operate, whether it is in a favorable condition, whether in an unfavorable condition, whether it is positive for business, whether it is negative for businesses. Next is audit the environmental influences. The next step is to businesses to identify it, to which many different environmental influences which likely to affect the business organizations and development or performance. This is done in considering the way in which political, economical, social and technological influences through the varying in organizations. Next is focus on immediate environment of the organizations. By interacting with the environment of a business, the business must be focused on the what will the immediate environment of the business, whether it is going in positive, whether it is negative, whether it is favorable, whether it is unfavorable, whether it is deficit business is going deficit, or whether it is in the surplus. To analyze the situation very carefully, systematically, to take step for the further future business. Next is the relationship between organization and its environment. Exchange of information, exchange of resources, exchange of influence and power. First is exchange of information. The business is interacting with the environment, so business is using the resources of environment, so they exchange the information with the environment and the societies to generate important information and use it useful for the planning and decision making of control purposes. Both the current and the projected information is important for the organizations. Apart from the gathering information, the organization itself transmits and give information to the several external agencies to voluntarily, involuntarily, legally. Organization and individuals are interested in the organizations. And is functioning hence approaching to the organization for information. Groups like governmental agencies, employees, investors and professional bodies and trade unions are exchange the information with each other. Next is exchange of resources. The organization receives inputs, finance, materials, manpower requirements, and etc. from the external environment from contractuals and other arrangements. The organization interacts with the factors, markets for the purpose of getting its inputs. It competes sometimes, collaborates sometimes within other organizations to process of consistent supply of inputs. The organization is dependent on the external environment and disposal of its output of products and services to the range of clientele. Next is exchange of influence and power. The another area of organization and environmental interaction is the exchange of power and influence. The external environment holds considerable powers over the organizations by the virtue of its more inclusive and virtue of its command of resources of information. It range of opportunities, incentives, and rewards the one set of the and constraints and threats on the restriction other. For example, if some manager has the power to do the work, it is manager because he is taking all the decisions. His influence on the leader, on the other leaders who work on the some projects, and leadership is affected to the employees or the or the workers. Business is interacting with the environment, so they exchange the resources, they exchange the information, so exchange the influence of powers. Thank you so much for listening carefully. If you have any doubts, any query, you can comment it. I will surely make videos and thank you so much.